change into a residential land use to the south. Currently to the south will be temporary anyway, agricultural lands to the south, and then it transitions over to primary corridor, basin, and some ag land, and then it transitions into just north of the south is where we've got some single family homes. Some existing conditions on the site, south of 116th Street. There are some existing buildings that are proposed to be raised just south of 116th Street, houses, pole buildings, some outbuildings, farm buildings. And there are two wetland areas, a small wetland southeast corner of the site, the Clausen property, and then there's a wetland and primary environmental corridor complex. The environmental areas, the wetlands, and the corridors are intended to be preserved and protected throughout the development process. This is a map that depicts the pre-zoning, the existing zoning of the site. Again, the petitioner is requesting CME to rezone the property from the existing agricultural zoning to M1 light or light manufacturing. The other property to the west was previously zoned to M1 classification. And again, there is an area that is south of the western building area that will remain at this time as A2 General Agricultural District and C1, which is in Lowland Resource Conservancy District. The Guard Farms LLC M1 rezoning is approximately 47 acres, again adjacent to 160th Street. The 0.65 acre wetland rezoning just primarily means that we're placing the delineated wetland into the C1 classification. We are not filling it. It is intended to be preserved and protected. It was Hay Associates that did that original delineation for us. The other wetland, the Center Point wetlands, 6.6 acres, and that's intended to be preserved and protected. There are a number of trees within the primary environmental corridor which will also be preserved. The rezoning request this evening is to make sure that all of the lands that have been identified for industrial development are placed into the M1, which is that limited manufacturing district. The areas that have been field delineated as wetlands will be placed into the C1, Lowland Resource Conservancy District. The land at the southwest corner of the site will remain A2, General Ag, and the balance of the Clausen property, the Guard property, that will remain as A1, which is exclusive agricultural district. That area is not intended to be developed and is intended to be continual farm at this point. There is a small area of A1 at the very southeast corner, and that's separated by an area that is wooded or zone C2. So again, the ag areas on Clausen property and the conserved areas will remain the outtake. And the first certified survey map is Guard Farms LLC certified survey map, and this initial CSM is to subdivide the approximate 112 acre property into two lots. The majority of the property is currently zone A1. This other part of the property that will remain with Clausen will remain as A1. The majority portion of the property is intended to be conveyed and placed to the M1 district. Lot 1 is currently improved with a farmstead, which is proposed to be raised. The majority of the unimproved land is agriculturally cultivated. It is 46.8926 acres with 1,320 feet frontage on 116th Street and over 1,500 feet lot width. The WEPCO or the ATC easements encompass the eastern and southern portions of Lot 1. Again, they run along the eastern boundary and then along the whole southern portion of this site. A proposed 20-foot wide access easement is shown to allow our farmers to access Lot 2 through Lot 1. Lot 2, which is again the southernmost lot, the first season, is unimproved with most of the land currently being farmed. It will be over 65 acres, no frontage on a public road. There's proposed to be a 20-foot wide village dedicated sanitary sewer easement that runs through east-west and southern portion of the property, just north of the woodland area. And the southern portion contains floodplain and field delineated wetlands as well as primary environmental corridor. Additional approximate 17 feet of additional right-of-way is proposed to be dedicated alongside of 116th Street, the eventual lighting improvement on 116th Street. Municipal sanitary sewer is located along the north side of 116th Street right-of-way, and a 10-inch municipal sanitary sewer line is located along the east side of 88th Avenue. A 16-inch municipal water main is located along the south side of 116th Street and along the west side of 88th Avenue. It is intended that all these developments will be serviced by public sewer and water. Any new lateral connections to the sewer and water mains will need to be bored underneath the roadway pavement. There should be no open cutting of the roadway unless approved by Kenosha County. The second certified survey map is the Center Point CSM. After recording the Guard Farm CSM, they will then subsequently subdivide Lot 1 into two lots and one outlot. The result of the CSM will be that the proposed 452,769 square foot east warehouse building will be located on its own parcel, that being Lot 4 of the Center Point CSM. The majority of the property, again, is currently zoned A1, but it's intended to have the northern portion put into the M1 classification, and there's a small wetland that will remain on the property. Lot 3 Majority of the land is currently being cultivated. It will be 13.89 plus acres with 414 feet of frontage on 116th Street and over 1,454 feet in lot depth. Again, there is a WEPCO or ATC easement that is along the southern portion of Lot 3. With respect to Lot 4, it's approved with a farmstead that is proposed to be raised. It will be 30.2637 acres with over 900 feet of frontage on 116th Street and over 1,400 feet in lot depth. Again, there's also that WEPCO easement that runs east-west along the southern portion of the lot. A western driveway will be shared. One of the things that we have examined through the site and operational plan is that we do need to make sure that there's multiple cross-access easements to these properties from 116th Street. The corner property will also have access from 88th Avenue. A stormwater management access and maintenance easement is located on Lot 4 to accommodate the storm pond that's going to be located there. And the Outlot 1, south of lots 3 and 4, is going to be just over 2.7 acres with no public street frontage. The purpose of this outlot is to accommodate a very long, 10-foot-high berm, landscape berm, to help screen any of the sound, lights, and action that's going on the investor properties from the property, the residential properties to the south. So this is the general location plan. The various items that you have before you this evening encompass items A through E, the first of which is a conceptual plan. The second is a zoning map amendment. The third is a zoning map amendment. The fourth is a certified survey map. And the fifth is a certified survey map. And the staff would request, if there are no questions, separate actions on each item. And there are several representatives here from Center for Property, any questions you may have, as well as the engineers.
Mike?
Richard, license representative.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's no big question. How aggressive is the, are you going to come forward with the next phase?
Lance Scala, Center for Properties, 1808 Smooth Drive, Oakbrook. We're in for a site and operation approval right now for our first spec building, which is roughly 450,000 square feet, located on the eastmost lot, and we'd be looking to start that first in spring, early May.
Yeah, the other two.
The other two will be market driven.
The comments, questions?
Mr. President, I have one.
Monica?
Any concerns with the neighbors bordering Center Point? If there have been concerns, have they been addressed? Has anything come up?
We did meet with Mr. and Mrs. Masson about 2 weeks ago to discuss in detail our site plan along with to address any concerns that they expressed to us in the letter that they sent to us. Pretty much our discussions focused on three different issues: the maintenance and safety of our southernmost pond, any light or noise to be emitted from our building. The third one was hydrology of their existing pond on their parcel. We'd like to go into detail about the discussions there. I think we've addressed their concern, and we also agreed that we would do some analysis of their existing pond, sit down with them to talk about possibly supplying their pond with additional water.